Hey there, how's it going today? Ryan Shields here again, and today we are going to be talking about the 5 biggest mistakes first-time home buyers make in Brandon. Now, it is a very overwhelming process. Buying a house has a lot of stress involved. There's a lot of moving parts through the entire process, and sometimes it can take a long time, or it can happen like bang, bang, and be all done. But that is the reason you need to have a good agent on your side, so they can help remove a lot of stress, make sure things are moving along the way they should be, and you get to enjoy the process as a first-time buyer. But today, we're talking about the 5 biggest mistakes first-time buyers make. And the biggest mistake, unquestionable, unbelievable how many people do this, is they start looking at houses without talking to your mortgage broker or mortgage professional. You need to be pre-approved. You need to go and talk to them and understand what your buying power is. If you're going out to look at open houses, it's all fine and dandy, but if you don't know where you're going to be approved for, or you don't know what comfortable payment you have, you're just going to it's like beating your head against a wall for a little bit. You might be looking at a house for $400,000 or $500,000 thinking, oh, I can afford this. We have 2 really good paying jobs and everything, but when push comes to shove, you have a lot of student debt potentially. You might have car loans or something else that's bringing your debt ratios way down, and you're only approved for, say, that's $300,000. So you've been looking at houses for $400,000 or $500,000, and all of a sudden you've got to buy in that $300,000 price range. It's really, really hard to change your expectations of what you've seen and what you liked at a higher price range down to a lower price range. So make sure, I'm begging you, make sure you go talk to a mortgage professional before you reach out to any agent or before you go out and start looking at open houses. Please, please, please. Rocky. Mistake number 2 kind of goes hand in hand with getting pre-approved, but once you get your pre-approval number, once you've started talking to your lender, you want to really make sure you're not taking on new debt. You want to make sure you're not loading up a credit card, or you're not buying a new car. Both of those things are major factors in affecting your buying power. So the last thing you really want to do is have your pre-approval for, let's continue with that $300,000, and you go buy a new truck or a car, or you max out your credit card. Once you write that offer for $300,000 and the bank can't get you financing, there's going to be a huge emotional letdown for you. But that can be very preventable just by watching what debt you're taking on throughout your whole home buying process. If you really want to buy a car, you want to buy furniture, wait till after you have the house. Wait till you're already in the house and have possession of the house, and then you can go and take on some new debt at that point. Step number 3, again, this could be right in line with getting pre-approved and meeting a lender, is I always suggest work with a local lender. Whether that is a mortgage broker, say in Brandon at Sense Mortgage Group, or RBC with a mortgage lender there, or any of the credit unions. Whoever you're choosing to work with, I strongly, strongly suggest working with somebody local that you can pick up the phone and you can have a conversation with them. You can go in and get face-to-face, because building that personal relationship with your lender is huge. They will be more likely to work with you, work through any issues that come up throughout the process. You're more than just somebody on the other end of the phone if you can get face-to-face and create that relationship. It's like anything in the world. If you have a relationship with somebody, you're way more likely to be successful, and it's going to be a more enjoyable process. So absolutely make sure you get in touch with somebody right here in Brandon. If you don't know anybody, reach out to your agent, reach out to us. We would be happy to help you out, point you in the right direction. And I mean, there's lots of different conversations we can have about that. That's for a different video of what is right for you, whether it's a mortgage broker or one of the traditional banks. But like I said, that's a conversation for another day. But if you don't know anybody local, reach out to me. I will make a connection for you. Mistake number 4 that buyers have is they do a lot of shopping online before connecting with any agent at all, which this is great. Technology today has completely changed the way real estate is done. We all know that. I mean, we've built our business around technology and making sure all that information is right there at your fingertips when you're holding your phone. But it's kind of a double-edged sword a little bit, because you can only see half of the information. You can see everything that's listed, but the sold prices and sold information is a little bit harder to come by unless you're working with an agent. So you have to be very careful on what information you're processing and building your expectations around, because just because a house is priced at $320,000 or $400,000 or $200,000 doesn't mean that's what market value is. So before you get really set on what your price points are and what houses are, make sure you're talking to an agent. Don't fully trust what prices are online or online house estimates. We're seeing more and more of those come up, whether it's through Zillow, whether it's through our own Royal LePage website does them. I know Remax, and I'm pretty sure Century 21 will all do them, which is those online home price estimates. So don't fully trust those. Make sure you are connected with your real estate agent again. And the last mistake that we see so often with first-time buyers is you have a set of expectations for your first house. You have what I call your needs and wants list figured out, and you're not willing to move off of it. Once you get your pre-approval price point, that's when we got to make potentially some adjustments to what you really want in a house. Agree with your needs, we got to keep your needs list, but the wants, we might have to adjust those a little bit. Don't forget, it is your first house, your first time buyers right now. So we're not going to buy our forever home on house number one. A lot of people think, you know what, we're not into moving around all the time. There's stats, there's so much information out there that people do move around, and I appreciate not wanting to, but you got to kind of make some accommodations, make some changes. You just have to be able to move with what the market's doing, and whether that's timelines, whether that's conditions on the house or locations, you just got to be really willing to move around and see what all is out there so you can get the best purchase for your dollar right now. That's it. That's our 5 biggest mistakes first-time home buyers make through the buying process. If you have any questions about those mistakes, or if you're curious about getting started in buying, make sure to send us a message. Make sure to drop a comment here below. We have a lot of information I'd love to share with you as far as first-time home buyers go. There's a link down below to our first-time home buyers guide. Make sure you click on it, download the free book, and reach out with any questions. If this is your first time checking out our channel, make sure to subscribe. We'd love to keep you updated on what we are doing and share as much information as we can on the Brandon real estate market. So thanks again for tuning in, and have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.